Hi, good day to you. Once again, this is Dr. Amihan, your humble servant in health in the northern part of Antique. Welcome to today's talk. Our topic for today is about a new findings or study that identifies current mechanism of action behind reduced severity of Omicron variant COVID-19 infection. As we all know that Omicron SARS-CoV-2 variant produces or displays less severe disease or less severe symptoms in others infected by the virus. But in some members of the population, SARS-CoV-2 Omicron variant produces severe and critical disease or even death in some members of the population. But in our place, most of the Omicron infected patients displays or exhibited less severe symptoms or what we call mild disease. So we will discuss now the findings of this new study that Omicron SARS-CoV-2 variant is less effective or displays a reduced capability in antagonizing host cell response. And that is the main reason why it produces or displays or exhibited less severe disease or mild symptoms in some members of the population. We will discuss the role of interferon. What is interferon? Interferon is a protein or group of proteins or substance that is produced by the cells infected by the virus. It is a defense mechanism of our body to get rid of the infection, especially viral infection. Okay? So if this is your cell and once it is infected by this, for example, this is a SARS-CoV-2. For example, this pen is a SARS-CoV-2 virus, and it infects the cell. The cell will emit or secretes or produce or release interferon substances to signal other cells that there is a viral infection. Okay? It will signal other cells in the body that there is an ongoing viral infection, meaning it detects pathogen that will invade the cell, especially disease-causing microorganism. Likewise, when the pathogen gets inside the cell, it will, as much as possible, the interferon will restrict or inhibit pathogen replication, or it will inhibit the pathogen to grow inside or multiply inside. Likewise, since it emits interferon, the cell emits interferon, this interferon that is released or secreted by the cell, as what I've said, will signal other members of the immune system, other cells, to gather around the cell and kill the virus that infects the cell. So it will kill the virus. So it will attract especially your macrophages, your cells, that is the member of the policeman or soldiers in the body that guards against viral entry or viral infection. So the macrophages and your neutrophils will gather around the cell and kill the virus. Okay? That is what we call your macrophages. It will eat the cell or the virus, the cell that is infected by the virus. So it increase what we call phagocytic activity or functions of the macrophage. Okay? Now, before I forget, interferon is a mechanism under innate immunity, meaning it is already, the innate immunity is already in, that is the immunity involves when we are born. So that is the immunity that is already inside us. Okay? So that is, interferon is one of the mechanisms under the innate immunity. Now, what is the main, very important function of interferon? Since it attracts other immune cells to kill the virus, in doing so, in killing the virus, it will also destroy the cells. So, interferon enhances or promotes cytokine production. If the cytokine production is so enormous or is so big that it will dysregulate immune response, it will kill also other cells in the body. In doing so, processes that will protect the cell. But it has two sides of a coin. It will also kill the cells inside the body, especially infected cells. Since it will produce cytokine production, dysregulation and overproduction of cytokines in the body will produce what we call ARDS, or acute respiratory distress syndrome, where it will destroy lung cells infected by the virus. And we all know that cytokine production, overproduction of cytokines, dysregulated immune response will kill the host or will kill the persons infected by the virus. But Omicron SARS-CoV-2 variant, studies have found out that it has a less effective or less capability or reduced capability in antagonizing host cell interferon response. That is due to its mutations, multiple mutations in its proteins, especially in the spike protein, in its non-structural protein or NSP 3, 6, and 14, including the nucleocapsid protein and its membrane protein. So that is the reason why Omicron variant has or exhibited less severe disease and symptoms to other people infected by the SARS-CoV-2 Omicron variant. Okay? Now, many of us today, many of our patients, especially in other parts of the countries, suffered flu-like symptoms or influenza-like symptoms or common cold-like symptoms, and it is probably Omicron SARS-CoV-2 variant infection. But many of our patients didn't want to be tested. But there are patients now, a few days ago, in our healthcare settings that had been tested positive for rapid antigen tests. And maybe if you test them with the RT-PCR and subsequently undergo genome sequencing, they will surely be positive with the Omicron SARS-CoV-2 variant infection. So with this, please be safe always and observe, and don't forget to observe your non-pharmaceutical or non-pharmacological strategies and approaches or mitigation to curb or stop viral transmission. This is Dr. Amihan once again saying, may you have the best of everything. Good luck and Godspeed. Bye.